What's going on, YouTube? We're back with part 3 of the New York Jets offensive ebook, completely free. So we're breaking down this time. Well, we've been breaking down throughout the entire series doubles halfback week out of the New York Jets playbook. And keep in mind, you can run this out of the live playbook or just the base playbook. So it's really up to you. Looking at gun doubles halfback week, we've already broken down how to bomb every single coverage in the game with double post. And then we've also went through shake halfback corner as well. So both the posts on this play are really glitchy. If you haven't checked out those other parts or the other two videos that I've done on this, uh, they're in the description below. I highly recommend it, especially this double post play, because man, when you see this, it's going to get you excited to run the rest of the offense. I promise you. Today we're going to be going over corner strike along with PA read. All right, so let's start with corner strike. And really what we want to do here for corner strike, and I'm going to come out in stock cover 3 here. Corner strike, and the reason this is good is the C route, all right? And the C route on the double side in particular. So you can see that C route on the double side actually gets a little bit deeper than the one on the right. If you try to run this to the B icon receiver side, right, it won't actually work as well because that C route isn't as deep. So you can see there's a 3 or 4 yard difference in the C routes. So that being said, right, all we're going to do to set this play up is this. All right. Now, A, you can do whatever you want with. It doesn't have to be a delay fade. I like the delay fade because I do like to check and release my tight end. However, it's not a requirement on this play. So once you have your hot routes done, Y on a streak, A on a delay fade, B on an in route, and we're blocking our running back, we're going to make one last adjustment to the play, and that's motion Y or our slot receiver to the left. When he does this, he flips positions with X. All right, this is important. So Y is now on the line of scrimmage, X is off the line of scrimmage. This means X will not get bumped, and then Y will be eating all those bumps, right? Which is okay because we're using Y as a pull route anyway. So the nice thing about this play is Y is going to be pulling all the coverage away from X. We're going to have a nice pocket on the sideline on the left-hand side to hit this. Now, before I hike the ball and show you this play, I also want to point out this is a very good play to run in long distance situations. So say you're running, it's 3rd and 15, 3rd and 20, and you need a way to kind of convert. This is a great play to run. You can smart route X, all right, and you can also smart route B on those situations. And what that'll do is you'll have a guy coming across the middle of the field, and you'll have a guy that's hitting the sideline. All right, very, very hard to guard, especially with those types of distances. Now I'm going to reset this because I did hit smart route on X, and I don't want to show that at this time. So here we go. Same play setup I gave you. We're streaking Y, we're delay fading A, in route on B, and then we're flipping positions with motioning the slot receiver to the left. So I'm going to set up my blocking on this play, and I'm going to chop this end. All right, and that's just sliding my line to the right, double teaming the defensive tackle on the left of screen, and then IDing the end on the side that I want to roll to, which is the left side as well. So here we go. We're going to hike the ball. He's going to get chopped, and I'm going to roll this way, and boom. You can see on the sideline there. All right, so it's a nice little mix-up. At this point, we have something that's hitting over the middle with B underneath, and then we have this sideline. So the user really has 2 places to be, right? Because eventually that B receiver is going to clear. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you this versus cover 2 as well, just to show you that whether it's cover 2, cover 3, whatever the case is, we are getting busy on the corner. All right, so it's something that they have to go over, they have to use her. All right, here we go. Same setup, nothing changed. I'm gonna set up my blocking. Oop. Here we go. And there it is. You can see, eventually that cloud's going to stop following him. He does a pretty good job in the very beginning of the play, but there's going to be a point where he's going to come down, and that is what you're looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and show this in instant replay. So you can see the corner's following, following, following. And Hopkins even kind of gets like bumped a little bit there, like glitchy bumps, but then he comes down. And part of the reason he's coming down is because eventually this guy's coming over, but he's coming down, and that leaves our receiver on the sideline. Now, this particular play isn't something that I'm going to hit a ton or spam against my opponents, but it's going to be a mix-up play. So I want to be very, very clear that, we have this one set up. You can probably take them by surprise here if we're doing it. And keep in mind this does work to the wide side of the field as well. Same setup, this time to the wide side. But it's not something that, you're going to want to just continue to run. And you can see against cover 2, the wide side setup is unbelievable, right? The separation is crazy there. All right. Let's show one more. Let's show against cover 4. And cover 4, you do want your doubles to the short side. Same thing with cover 3. I feel like it works better there. But it's not a requirement, right? So if you get to the point where you want to run that versus cover 3 on the wide side, you can. It's just a tighter throw, and you want a precision away from that corner. So let me go ahead and go into corner strike one more time. We'll go into cover 4. We'll run cover 4 drop, just to show you how good flipping the position is at pulling coverage on that side. So here we go. Fuller on the left-hand side, that corner there, is going to follow Y. All right, you can see he does follow him. I actually didn't roll out there, which I like to roll out against it, but you can see that I was able to kind of precision that, stop, and still get the catch. Let's run it one more time. Just be careful with your precision on this play. There you go. So as long as you're not precisioning up the field, the defender really will not have an angle on the ball, if you will. All right, so that is corner strike. Really, really simple. Man-to-man, it really goes off of man versus route running, on whether that C route's going to get open. So I highly recommend against zone. Man-to-man, wouldn't necessarily go there as a first option. All right, so let's go into this PA read play, and we'll go into stock cover 3. Now, I've shown in my other video how to kind of bomb cover 3 going from wide to short from a doubles perspective. This is going to be another bomb here. So I'm actually going to put X on a whip and Y on a hitch, and I'm going to motion him over. Now the requirements for this to bomb cover 3 are going to be A stays on his route. That route pulls cover 3. Okay, so I'm gonna motion Y over, and you can actually hike it while he's in motion. So if you want to like hike it right there, that's totally fine. You can see eventually that dude comes down. Now we had a bad throw there by Watson, so I'm gonna run it one more time. But once A gets to the sideline there, he actually pulls that third down. So it's crazy because it looks like the third's gonna get back, gonna get back, gonna get back, and then he just shoots down. Super glitchy, right? So let's do this one more time. Hiking it again. Okay, we're able to roll. There he is. He shoots down. And we got Fuller dancing on him for a touchdown. All right, so that A route, for whatever reason, is causing that third to bite down. Now, other reasons I like um, this particular play is it has a stock post that's also a diving post. So you'll remember when we kind of discussed. Let me actually go like this. When we discussed shake halfback corner, that other one's a diving post too. Well, this is very similar, right? So I could run the same thing, this time on the solo side. Okay, so if I wanted to run something like this, I could run a similar setup to this, and I still have that diving post. So, oop, Khalil Mack just went beast mode and shedded my life away. But again, this is another setup that I'll actually run every now and then. So the out routes on your slot and your tight end, and then a curl on X along with the diving post on B. Uh, and let's see if we get shedded again. We are getting shedded, but you can see there's the diving post. Okay, so we can hit that coming across the middle. We can actually throw that over the curl, or the hook curl rather, if we wanted to. Do it one more time. I'm actually going to chop Khalil Mack because I'm scared of him. He terrifies me. and a bad throw by Watson. But yeah, you can see that he's getting behind the yellow there. So let me just go ahead and show in the instant replay. You can see that this out does a pretty good job of holding that curl. Like that curl has to choose, right? And you can always hit this out too. Like you feel much safer here. But you want to throw it about right here if you're trying to hit that post. Okay. Now on the other side, okay, this is a pretty um, interesting concept that we have over here because of the motion that we do. It actually gives us a really nice spacing for us to kind of throw a low ball to this curl. Now, two things have to happen. If you notice that your opponent's user is starting to kind of flow towards the solo side, um, not a big deal, okay? On this left side of the field, we have a check down. So because we did the motion, we motioned our slot to the left, and they kind of bumped in, Hopkins sits in a really, really good spot for us to kind of lowball this. So I'm going to set up my blocking one more time. We're going to chop low Mac so that we don't get pressure. You can see, boom, he kind of sits there. Now, if I possession catch that and get a decent animation, he doesn't drop that ball. So let's run it one more time. Okay, here it is again. All right, and we're looking for the low ball to X as we get sacked. The Bears are just dominant. Dominant today. I promise we are going to complete this. There it is. All right, so we get the nice like fall down animation. It's really annoying to deal with. Uh, the only way to really deal with it is a vert hook. So if they're running cover two, would probably stay away from that particular setup. The other thing you could do is this. So this is going to be tricky, okay? And I say that because here's what's going to happen, all right? Now, you'll see on the left-hand side, I have Hopkins on a smart route comeback route. If you're playing against cover three a lot, this is actually going to bomb cover three on the wide side of the field. It doesn't work on the short side, so keep in mind when you're running this, it does have to be on the wide side of the field. Now, um, the biggest way you can tell whether this is going to be successful or not is where that safety is. In Mutt, you want him a little bit more towards the tight end side, but because he's in the middle of the field, this could be a tight throw. Now, that receiver is not the fastest. I may have to sub him out to show this. Yeah, so he's just not fast. He still got there, um, but I wanted to show you this because this is another. You can run this in out of any play that I've shown you so far in our ebook, or just any passing play in general, right? Um, but the premise of this is we have a cover three bomb on the left hand side of the field. Okay, so if they're ever getting cute with that safety, this guy right here, and they're moving him a little bit over to the solo side or whatever the case is to take away the diving post. Wow, our cursor is just going everywhere. Um, you know, if they're ever moving him, I don't know what they did to like practice mode. You can't even like slowly get over there now. But if they're ever doing that, right, you could always try to set this up and throw it. And you can see this corner on the left-hand side of the field, because of the smart routed comeback route, is lost. Completely lost. Okay? So yeah, really, really, really simple there. It's a really fast cover three beater, and if you have a fast guy in a slot, you'll be able to get there. And you'll always have the diving post come across the middle along with the out route by your tight end. So the last thing that I want to show you guys is this particular play within the red zone. And we're looking at this from the 13 inward. Okay, so we'll run this at like the 12 right here. And here's what we're looking at, okay? It's going to be our first red zone setup that we're going to look at. B on his post. We're going to do the same thing with our motion. X on a streak. And this is what we're looking at, all right? Now, a couple different things here. Our reads are X and B. All right, against cover three and against cover two. So I'm going to run it at first. First one's right here, diving post, all right? Easy money, touchdown. And you can see because it was a streak and it was cover three, I'm going to come back here, all right? Because it was a streak on the left side, this safety just dips out to the left side of the field, all right? Now, if you didn't have the streak on there, when you ran like one of the other setups, right? say we did this one, okay, you'll notice that safety doesn't move as much. Like, he does get over there, but he'll eventually come back. He's trying to show him coming back, but he's not. But either way, you're still going to have a little pocket to fit that B in as he cuts across. Now, again, you can always set it up with the curl. It's not a big deal. If you feel more comfortable putting the curl there and lowballing the curl as a second read, you could always do that. It's a really, really nice red zone play. Okay. Now, say they're coming out in cover two. Same setup. Same setup. PA read, formation, cover two. Here we go. Okay, here it is. All right, and you'll notice this post is still wide open. Okay, like I said, 12 and inward. Once you get to about the 5, you want to start smart routing this B route, so that way it doesn't go as deep and it's a little bit of a quicker cut. But yeah. All right, and run it one more time. You can see this time we're going to hit the streak. Now, what this does is the out routes actually take your halves that your opponent is running in cover 2, and it makes them split out further wide. So you can see, I want you to watch the left-hand side of the screen because this is just a streak. This isn't a post. So you wouldn't expect this streak to get open, but it does. So watch the safety on the left side of the screen and watch him bump out. Okay, he goes out there, he ignores Hopkins on the streak, and boom, we precision that inside, and we are dancing for 6. All right. So that's the 2 plays I had to cover for you here today. We've also given you a red zone setup. Super useful. I've been running this in regs on PL, and it's doing pretty well, man. Huge fan of it. Any games I've lost has probably been because of my defense, and I can't play regs to save my life. Or defense at least. But yeah, man. Still looking to hit my sub goal so I can get my URL. Appreciate all the support. If you could help me do that. And then if you guys want to see something else, I'm probably going to be doing a competitive gameplay on this now that I've shown a decent amount of it. So probably like a PL game or something, and let you guys see it in action, so you can see that these setups do work against people with brains. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any questions, feel free to DM me on Twitter. Write it in the comments here, and like, comment, subscribe. All right, guys, take care.